So today, standard 12, we are going to start another method of preparation of alcohol from oxymercuration and deoxymercuration. See, the last class we have seen the preparation of alcohol from alkene by hydroboration, and previous class we have seen the acid catalyzation. So today we are going to study about the preparation of an alcohol from alkene by oxymercuration and deoxymercuration. Clear? So you can write down oxymercuration and deoxymercuration. Clear? Okay. So here OM and DM. So this is also known as method. Sometimes in certain book or certain question they can give OM-DM. So that is something about oxymercuration and deoxymercuration. Clear? Now, before starting of this method, I would like to give you certain key points, important points, so that by understanding that important point you can easily solve the preparation of an alcohol from alkene. See, so I can write down heading important points. See, in this first important point comes, it is a method in which indirect addition of water occurs. Yes or no? So here what happens, here H also will be attached and OH will be also attached, but it will be not attached by water. Some other portion will attach H and OH. That's why we say there is an indirect addition of water. Last class also we have seen, so there was an addition of H and there was also addition of OH in hydroboration. H was attached by BH3 and OH was attached in the last portion by H2O2. So we say that here there is an addition of H and OH but not by the water. So whenever there is an addition of H and OH not by water, so that type of addition we say indirect addition of water. So here also same, it is a method in which there will be attaching of H and OH, but it will be an indirect method. Second key point, very important, here we are using two chemicals. First we are using mercury acetate. Mercuric acetate. So see the formula. See, so mercury acetate means Hg OOCCH3. Clear? So this portion, up to this portion, not this O, this portion we say as AC, OAg. So this portion we say as a OAC. This portion we say as an AC, just AC, just remember this, OAC. So Hg, OAC twice. This is nothing but your mercury acetate. In your textbook it will be written like this. So this is the formation in this way. This CH3CO we say as a together AC, acetate. That's it. Okay. And O, so ACO is nothing but an what? Acetate ion. So remember the key point here that ACO or OAC is an acetate ion. Clear? Do not get confused. So first chemical we are using this. Second we are using, along with this we are using water. Along with this, in the final step we are using one hydride, that is known as a sodium boron hydride, NaBH4. This is known as an sodium boron hydride. Clear? So in the first step what we are using, in the first step we are using mercury acetate along with water. So this is the first step, or I can write down here that in the first step we are using mercury acetate plus water, and in the second step or in the second we are using what? Sodium boron hydride. So this sodium boron hydride will provide us boron hydride. Okay. So I can write down here also. So the first step is mercury acetate plus water. So in first step is mercury acetate plus water. In that second we are adding with sodium boron hydride. Sodium boron hydride. Clear? So here in the first step you are adding the mercury acetate along with water, and then second step you are adding sodium boron hydride. Clear? Third key point, very important key point to remember, or I will write down here. So here what happens, third key point to remember that for unsymmetrical alkene, for unsymmetrical alkene, Markovnikov's rule is used. Okay. So if the alkene is an unsymmetrical, we are using here Markovnikov's rule. Last class also we have seen that first we have studied the acid catalyzation. In acid catalyzation we were using Markovnikov's rule. Then we came to the hydroboration. In hydroboration we were using anti-Markovnikov rule. Now OMDM, that is oxymercuration and deoxymercuration. So here we are using, for the addition of minus and that addition of OH minus, we are using what? Markovnikov rules. Okay, when the reaction will take place, automatically you understand that yes, Markovnikov rule has been used here. Are you understanding? Okay. So fourth point we will see here, rearrangement is not possible. See students, last class I forgot to tell you this, rearrangement is not possible. See, please remember one thing, okay, where there is a possible or where there will be a formation of a carbocation, at that place rearrangement is possible. Where there is not a formation of a carbocation, rearrangement will not be possible. In the last class, first acid catalyzation, we have seen that there is a possibility of formation of a carbocation and it was forming. So there rearrangement was possible, but last class we have seen there is not formation of a carbocation. Without carbocation only we have started. In certain time, in certain reaction, what will happen? In certain reaction carbocation will be formed, but only for a microseconds or nanoseconds. So that we are not considering as a carbocation. So at that time also we say that here rearrangement is not possible. So same way topic also will come here also, that here carbocation will be formed but only for a few seconds or a microseconds. Means actually it is not forming, just for your understanding it is forming. Means here rearrangement is not possible. So this point is only important for your MCQ. Wherever there is a formation of a carbocation, at that place rearrangement will be possible, and rearrangement is nothing but a what? Rearrangement takes place only to gain the stability. This everything sir would have been told in your general organic chemistry. Clear this part? So here rearrangement is not possible. Clear? This part is clear? Okay. So now we will see here that in oxymercuration and deoxymercuration we will see in both the way. First we will see for the symmetrical alkene. Okay, and here we will see unsymmetrical alkene. Clear? So in symmetrical alkene, say we are giving one example, that is see ethene only, the easiest example. So it will be written like this. In the first step it will be written mercury acetate plus water, and here in second step it will be written sodium boron hydride. So just close your eyes and what you put, you put one place H and any other place OH. Either you can put here one H or here one OH or here OH or here H or here H or here OH. In symmetrical alkene there is not an issue. So what will happen, last class only we have seen this H2 will be written like this, H and OH, this will be cleaved. So this H will come here, then here OH will come, or here OH will come, then here H will come. So what will be the answer? CH3, CH2, OH. This will be your answer. Clear? Not an issue. We can place anywhere OH or anywhere H. Answer remains same. If you are putting here OH, so here H, so we say as a ethanol. But if you put here OH, then here H will come. Then also it is an ethanol, because it is an unsymmetrical alkene. And in symmetrical alkene you can place anywhere. But when question come for unsymmetrical alkene, say propene, CH2, 1, 2, 3, 4, CH3. So unsymmetrical alkene we are using what? Markovnikov's rule. So here Markovnikov's rule is used. And Markovnikov rule says what? That negative part will attach to those carbon which contain less number of hydrogen. So again here also what will happen? I am writing down the answer. Here in the first step it will be written mercury acetate plus water. In second step it will be written sodium boron hydride. So what you have to use? You take again H and OH, cleave this. So this OH will be negative, no? This OH will be negative. So this H and this OH, if you cleave this, this will be negative, this will be positive. So this negative ion will attach to those carbon which contain less number of hydrogen. Now see here there is a double bond. So this is one carbon, this is one carbon. This carbon contain one hydrogen and this carbon contain two hydrogen. Which is the carbon which contain less number of hydrogen? This carbon. So here OH will attach Okay, so here OH will attach, this bond gets break and enters into this, so this will be attaching with this H. So what final answer I will get? I will get the final answer as CH3, CHOH and CH3. So here I will get 2 degree alcohol. Whenever I do the oxymercuration and deoxymercuration for unsymmetrical alkene, I will get what? I will get 2 degree alcohol, but if I do for the symmetrical alkene, I will get the 1 degree alcohol. Clear this part? Take a screenshot, then we will go to the its mechanism. Clear? So how we are understanding its mechanism? Its mechanism understanding is very important. Clear? See here Markovnikov rule is used. Here H and OH. So this is OH minus. This OH minus will attach to those carbon which contain less number of hydrogen. Here Markovnikov rule is followed. Clear? When you see the mechanism, you will understand in detail. But you can see here you can attach OH anywhere. Why? Because here symmetrical alkene and symmetrical alkene need not to use. So always understand the mechanism using what? Unsymmetrical alkene, so that it will be completely set up in your mind, and always practice at your home the mechanism with the symmetrical alkene. Clear this part? I will explain once more this unsymmetrical alkene. Take a screenshot, it will be clear to you. Take a screenshot. So these are the important key points for oxymercuration and deoxymercuration. First, that it is a method in which indirect addition of water. So here see, this H and OH are not attached by water. Here only for understanding I am telling you. When you will see the mechanism, automatically you understand that H and OH are not provided by water. H and OH are provided by this HgAOC and sodium boron hydride. Actually H is provided by this sodium boron hydride and this HgOAC is providing OH. How? We will see this. Clear? Here mercury acetate we are using and water in the first step. I understood what is mercury acetate, understood what is the meaning of OAC. Clear? In second step we are using sodium boron hydride. This will be providing us what? This will be providing us H minus, that is hydride. Unsymmetrical alkene, if it is used in oxymercuration and deoxymercuration, we are using an Markovnikov's rule. And finally here there is not a formation of a carbocation, hence rearrangement is not possible. Clear? Okay, once more I will take that example of an unsymmetrical alkene and then I will jump to the mechanisms. Okay, so once more we will see, if I have here unsymmetrical alkene, so here H2, 1, 2, 3, 4, CH3. In the first step we are using what? So in the first step we are using mercury acetate along with water. In second step we are using what? Sodium boron hydride. So to get the directly answer, if you see in the question in the exam this way, here first is mercury acetate with water. In second step, if you see the sodium boron hydride, understand this is an example of a mercuration and deoxymercuration. So in this what you have to do, you take just water here H and OH, cleave this, so it will be minus, this will be plus, and you have to use here, I told you one key point. The key point was it is using here which kind of rule? Markovnikov rule is used. So Markovnikov rule says what? Markovnikov rule says the negative part will attach to those carbon which contain less number of hydrogen. So this is the OH minus will attach to those carbon which contain less number of hydrogen. So this bond will break and enter into this. So you get the answer is CH3, here CH, so here what will come? OH, right? This reaction will react with H also. So this OH, here CH3. So this answer will be there. And you can see clearly here 2 degree alcohol is formed. Clear? So in OMDM, if it is a symmetrical alkene, you will get the 1 degree alcohol, and if it is an unsymmetrical alkene, you will get 2 degree alcohol, and they will use a Markovnikov rules. Take a screenshot, then we will go to the mechanisms. Clear this part? So make a heading now. So before going to the mechanism, okay, first we will go to the mechanism, then I will give you one question which is very important. It has been asked for the 4 marks. Okay, so you can make a heading as a mechanism. So write down the mechanism. So in mechanism, first step we will take unsymmetrical alkene. So this is CH2, this is H, and this is CH3. Now say same, either, okay, I will take mercury acetate also, so HgOAC, HgOAC, here also OAC. Before going to this, see here there is a possibility of 2. Here there will be a possibility of 2. See, either this will cleave in this way. So if this bond enters here, so CH3, CH, bond breaks, and bond enter means electron enter here, so it will create negative charge, it will create positive charge. So it will form what? H3, because I told you know negative charge will always react with H plus to form CH3. So here there is a formation of carbocation, or the possibility is this will cleave in this way. So CH3 bond breaks and electrons enter here. If electrons enter here, it will create negative charge. So he has given the bond, so it will create positive charge. And I told you negative charge will always combine with one hydrogen and forms what? CH2 here. So here there is a possibility of 2. If this alkene cleave in this way, there is a formation of carbocation, and that is 2 degree carbocation. Yes or no? There is a formation of 2 degree carbocation. Here there is a formation of 1 degree carbocation. Now student, you tell me which is more stable. This is more stable, so it will cleave in this way. So it will cleave in this way only. But you understand here there is not a formation of carbocation. No, here carbocation forms, but just only for a nanoseconds. Okay. So for cleaving, I told you this. Either it will cleave in this way or cleave in this way. If it is cleaving in this way, 2 degree carbocation. Cleaving in this way, 1 degree carbocation. So we know the 2 degree carbocation is more stable than 1 degree. So it will cleave in this way only. Clear this part? Clear this part? Okay. So what will happen, you know? So this will cleave in this way. Okay. But there is not a formation of a carbocation. Please student remember, there is not a formation of here carbocation. So this bond will enter here, and this will react with this mercury. So when this reacts with mercury, this mercury will break this bond. It will release this OAC minus. Clear? So what will happen, we will see here. CH3, see this bond breaks in this way, so here one bond will come, this electron will come now, because bond is breaking, so bond will enter into this CH2, bond contains electron, so here electron will come, this electron is donated to Hg, so here Hg is making new bond with this CH2, so to make a new bond, all bonds should be broken, so here what it is releasing, here ACO minus is released. ACO minus means what? CH3, COO minus, acetate ion is released here. Yes or no? You can see here. So this ACO minus is released. Now here remaining is what? Here remaining is CH3, here CH. This is double bond or single bond? This is double bond. So double bond is broken down into single bond CH2, and this CH2 has reacted with what? Hg. This CH2 has reacted with what? Hg. And Hg has released OAC minus, and here one OAC is there. Now see student, when ACO, and here you feel there is a formation of carbocation, yes or no? There will be formation of carbocation plus. Now here when ACO minus has been removed, so ACO minus has taken the electron, so here there will be extra electron on Hg. Why extra electron on Hg? The reason is Hg is a metal, so Hg is having very maximum number of electrons. You understand in this way, that Hg is having maximum number of electron. Hg is having maximum number of electron because it is a metal, so it will have a more number of electron. So after removal of this ACO minus from this also, again Hg is having electron. Hg will not be plus. What you are thinking here, that Hg has been removed, so AC has been removed from ACO minus, so Hg will be having plus. No, Hg will not be having plus, because Hg is having extra electron, because it's a metal, it's a heavy metal. So Hg is having extra electron due to this metal, so this extra electron will be donated to this CH. This Hg will donate the extra electron to this CH, and there will be formation of one complex cyclic compound. Means as soon as this occurs in microseconds, nanoseconds, what happened? There will be actually here this bond breaks, this bond will break and directly join with Hg. As Hg is joined to this CH2, ACO will be removed, and here it will be showing plus. As soon as it shows plus, Hg will give its electron and forms this one complex. This is one complex. Clear? So actually what occurs, see, actually formation will occur in this way. Here there was an Hg, OAC. Clear? So there will be a cyclic complex. Once more I will say, I know you are not understanding. See here. See, first you understand one thing, that Hg is having maximum number of electron. Hg is having maximum number of electron because it is a higher metal. So Hg is having maximum number of electron. Now what happens, see here. Hg is having maximum number of electron. Now this bond will cleave in this way. So here electron will come. So this electron will make a bond with this Hg. So Hg is making a new bond, so he has to break old bond. So either this bond will be broken or this bond will be broken, so I am breaking this bond. So here ACO minus will be removed, ACO minus will be removed. Okay, so ACO minus I have removed. Now what happened? CH3. Now see here, this CH has given the electron. One who gives the electron creates positive charge. So here CH, one positive charge will be blinking. Double bond is converted into single bond, this CH2. Now this CH2 has done reaction with what? Hg. And Hg contains what? OAC, because this one OAC has been removed, no? This one OAC has been removed and one OAC will be seen. Now what happens, this Hg contains maximum number of electrons. So after the removal of ACO minus also, Hg will not show positive, because here ACO minus has been removed. You are thinking that here Hg will show positive. No, Hg will not show positive, because Hg is having number of electron. If he has taken electron, doesn't make any difference for Hg. Hg is saying, okay, no problem, you can leave, I have more electrons. So he is having more electrons, so suddenly he will do the reaction with this CH. So here plus sign will be shown over, because he has maximum number of electron, and CH plus means here there is a requirement of an electron. So Hg is telling, if OAC is going, I doesn't make any difference, I will make a bond with again CH, because he is showing the plus charge. Plus charge means he is in need of electron, and he is having the extra electron because it is a higher metal. So suddenly he will make the reaction with what? That carbocation CH plus. That means here actually this occurs in nanoseconds. This occurs in nanoseconds, means actually there is no formation of here carbocation. Just only for your understanding I am forming the carbocation. There is no formation of here carbocation. That's why only last step I told that rearrangement is not possible. Here just plus sign will be shown, or carbocation will be formed only for the nanosecond, less than a nanosecond also. As soon as it is formed, within a fraction of second it will form reaction with what? Hg, because Hg is having the extra electron. Hg is a higher metal. So Hg is telling, if ACO minus is also going, so doesn't make me any difference. I have extra electron. I will do the sudden reaction with what? That CH plus. Clear this part? So here there is not a formation of carbocation, just only for your understanding I am doing. So here actually this complex form. So this is one complex of mercury. Clear this part? Now what happens? Now who has given the electron here? This Hg has given the electron to CH. So it will show here plus sign now, because Hg has given the electron, no? So one who has given the electron will show plus sign, because previously Hg was making 2 bonds. Now here Hg is making 3 bonds. One bond with this, one bond is this, and one bond is with this. So now Hg will show plus sign. But Hg is capable of making only how many bonds? 2 bonds. Hg is capable of making how many bonds? 2 bonds. But now Hg is making how many bonds? Hg is making 3 bonds. So it will be unstable. So now we have to give the stability. Clear this part? Now how to give the stability? See here. This Hg is a metal. This Hg is a metal. So here electron will be attracted towards this metal. Yes or no? Because this Hg is showing plus, and He is in a requirement of an electron. So Hg is showing plus. Plus means what? It requires the electron. So Hg will start to attract the electron from this CH and this CH2. So here what happens? Here also partial positive charge develop. Here also partial positive charge develop. Now you tell me, student, where the partial positive charge will look good? Here or here? So here look good, because it is a 2 degree carbocation will form. It is a possibility of formation of what? 2 degree carbocation, no? Or you can understand in this way. See, if it is attracted from here CH2, so he is not getting anywhere help, but this CH is getting help from this CH3 also and from this CH2 also. He is more stable to show the positive, partially positive charge. Or better understanding is this, what happens, this Hg is a plus, it will start to attract the electron. So here also one partial positive charge develop, here also partial positive charge develop, because the attracting electrons are taking, one who gets the electron creates positive charge. So here also partial positive charge develop, here also partially positive charge develop. Now you decide which is the best to develop, or which will be the more stable to develop the partially positive charge. This, because it is forming 2 degree. And 2 degree carbocation is more stable. So in this way, remember, means this will be more stable than this. Clear this part? So now we will see further. Now what happened, see here now, mercuration is over, yes or no? Now in the first step, HgOAC, then the role of HgOAC is over. Now water will come. So we know the water. So water is like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now where the partially positive charge will develop more, so here the partially positive charge will develop more. So he is in requirement of more, because it is a 2 degree carbocation. So if I make this stable, because 2 degree carbocation is more stable. So here partially positive charge is shown on 2 degree. So and here partially positive charge is shown on 1 degree. So here partial positive charge is more stable because it is a 2 degree. So this lone pair of oxygen by water will be donated to this 2 degree, not to the 1 degree, because 2 degree is more stable than 1 degree. So what will happen, we will see here. So this compound will happen CH3, CH, clear this part? You can see here, clear? CH, CH3, CH, here oxygen will come with H and one more H, yes or no? One lone pair and partially positive charge, because he is giving the lone pair. One who gives the electron creates positive charge. See, this oxygen is giving one lone pair to this, so one bond will be formed. Oxygen 1, now hydrogen there are 2. Out of 2 lone pair, one lone pair given, one lone pair given, and one who gives one lone pair creates positive charge. See here. So when this it is given, so now this is satisfied. So this bond will get break. Yes or no? So what will happen here? It will form CH2. Here it will be forming Hg. Here it will be forming OEC. Are you understanding or not? So this will be the formation. Now as I told you that this is an oxygen. On this oxygen positive charge doesn't look good because it is an electronegative element. So we have to remove this positive charge. We have to make this stable. This is a stable complex. Now what will come? Now who will help this? Now this is an electrophile. So we need a nucleophile. So remember this, we have this nucleophile. So this ACO minus will attack on this H. This ACO minus, that is CH3COO minus, will attack on this H. So when we will attack on this H will remove this oxygen. So what we will get? See, we will get here first. This H will be removed as H plus. So this H plus and ACO minus. So ACO minus and H plus will form ACOH, that is CH3COOH, means acetic acid will be removed outside. Clear? And what you will get? You will get here CH3, CH, H is removed now, only OH will be there. There was one lone pair and hydrogen is removed, so giving one lone pair here. So OH, here CH2 and here HgOAC. Clear this part? So this will be formed. This will be formed. Now what we have to remove? We have to remove this HgOAC. Then who will help? Simple. The last portion I told you, sodium boron hydride. Yes or no? So now what will happen here? There is a sodium boron hydride. This sodium boron hydride will generate what? So this sodium boron hydride will generate H minus because it is in hydride. This H minus will attack on this CH2 and this will be removed. So what you will get? You will get CH3, CH, here OH and here CH2. So this H minus has attacked here, so here CH3 and HgOAC will be removed here. So in this way we are forming 2 degree alcohol. Clear? See, once more I will explain. I know this is a bit clumsy because there is not a space. Once more I will do the mechanism, don't worry. In the first step, what will happen here, the cleavage takes in this place. Why in this way? To create the 2 degree carbocation. This CH2 will make a bond with Hg. So Hg is making new bonds, so old bonds are broken. So ACO minus will be removed. So it will form here what? CH3, this CH and this CH2 will do the reaction with this Hg and OAC. So here partially positive charge will be blinking, but here Hg is a metal, higher metal, so it will be having the maximum number of electron. So as this HgC, this CH is having the positive charge, so this Hg will give its extra electron to this CH and it will form one cyclic complex. Clear this part? Okay. Now water will come. Now here this Hg is a metal, it will start to attract the electrons. Here also partially positive charge will develop. Here also partially positive charge will develop. So where the partially positive charge will look good on this 2 degree, because here 2 degree, no? So this will look good, it will be having more stability. So water will come and oxygen of water, lone pair of oxygen of water will donate here on 2 degree. So this complex will be forming here, see. So it was CH3, this was CH, this was CH2. So here oxygen will give its lone pair. So this CH will make a bond with this oxygen of water. So to make a new bond, old bond will be broken. So see here, old bond is, this bond is broken, see here. So here bond will be formed. Here bond will be formed, this oxygen and these 2 hydrogen. So oxygen is giving its lone pair. So one who gives the lone pair creates positive charge. So now this is a positive charge. So this forms another one electrophile, a big electrophile. Now as we know, oxygen is an electronegative element. So on this plus charge doesn't look good. It should have a minus charge. So I have to remove this H plus. So who will help to remove this H plus? Remembering in the previous first step we removed this acetate ion. Acetate ion means CH3COO. Yes or no? CO minus means what? CH3CO minus. So this CH3CO minus will come and react with this H and forms what? CH3COH, and H will release this oxygen. So when H will release this oxygen, it will form what? OH now. So CH3CHOH, this CH2, again I have this HgOAc. Now who will remove this HgOC? Sodium boron hydrate. So sodium boron hydrate is an hydrate, it will give us H minus. So this H minus will attack this CH2 and CH2 will release this HgOAc. So HgOAc will be removed. Here it was CH3, so CH3, CH, CH, OH, OH, and this CH2 will react with this H and forms what? CH3. Clear this part? So in this is the mechanism. Once more I will do you. First you take a screenshot. I know it is a bit clumsy, but there is a less space, so I have to do this. Okay, once more we will see. Now understood the logic. Once more I will do the mechanism, you will understand in better way. So please look out here. See, first step what will come? CH3, CH double bond CH2. Clear? Here who will come? Mercury acetate. So Hg, OAC, OAC. So bond will cleave in this way. Understood now why the bond will cleave in this way? Because it will create here positive charge, and this positive is a 2 degree carbocation, so it will be more stable, so cleaving in this way. But here actually carbocation doesn't form, it forms only for a nanosecond, so which is not considered to form to be a carbocation. That's why in the last step I told the rearrangement is not possible. So this CH2 will react with this Hg, so Hg is making a new bond with this CH2, so he has to break the old bond. So what will I get? I will get here, see this. First I will get here CH3, here I will get CH, here showing bit positive charge because he is giving the electron. Here there is a CH2, this CH2 will react with this ACO minus, first will be removed. Who is removing this ACO minus? This Hg only is removing ACO minus, and this CH2 is doing reaction with this Hg. Yes or no? Hg contain what? 1 OAc. 1 OAc has been removed as ACO minus. Now this after removal of ACO minus, you would be thinking here positive charge comes, but here positive charge will not come because Hg is a higher metal, so it contain extra electrons. So now what he will do? This electron Hg will donate its electron to this CH. So it will donate its electron to this CH. So here carbocation will not be generated. So now Hg is giving its electron. So when Hg is giving its electron, it will create what? It will create positive charge. Previously there was not positive charge. But now Hg has given its extra electron. See, ACO minus has been removed. So Hg is telling, okay, no problem, let it go. I will not create positive charge. And Hg was having extra electron also. So Hg thought, ACO minus has been gone, no problem, I will make a bond with this CH plus. So Hg has given its electron to the CH. When Hg has given its electron to the CH, so Hg has made 3 bonds. Previously there was only 2 bonds. Now Hg has made 3 bonds. So he has given the electrons, when it will show here positive charge. And this carbon cannot show negative charge because carbon valency is fulfilled. Carbon 1, 2, 3 with this hydrogen and 4 with this Hg. So carbon valency is satisfied. Whereas Hg valency is not satisfied. Hg valency is more than it's required. So it will show the plus charge. So Hg is showing the plus charge. Now Hg showing the plus charge means what? Means Hg is in a requirement of an electron. He required the electron. So what he will do? He will start to attract the electron from this above 2 carbon. So this Hg will start to attract the electron from this carbon. So one who gains the, so they are giving its electron to Hg, he also giving electron to Hg. One who gives the electron creates what? Positive charge. Means here partially positive charge is developed, here also partially positive charge is developed. Now you decide, student, where the partially positive charge will look good, on this or this. So guarantee this because it is forming 2 degree. And 2 degree carbocation is more stable. So here partially positive charge is more stable than this. So what will happen, you know? Now water will come. So water is having 2 lone pair. Now water, oxygen of water is deciding, he is seeing whom to give the lone pair. He is also in requirement. He is also in requirement. So this oxygen is thinking whom to give the lone pair. So this oxygen will give the lone pair to this, because oxygen knows that this is 2 degree and this 2 degree is more stable. So this oxygen will give its lone pair to this 2 degree. So when oxygen is giving its lone pair to 2 degrees, so this CH is making one new bond. So to make a new bond, he has to break the old bond. So what will occur? So see here. So you can see here, I am doing at the bottom, there was CH3, okay. Now this CH is making a bond with what? This oxygen. Yes or no? Oxygen, one lone pair is given, so one lone pair will be there, and one who gives the electron creates positive charge, and there are 2 H here, and there are 2 H here. Clear this part? See, oxygen is given one lone pair, so one lone pair is given, one who gives the lone pair creates, or one who gives the electron creates positive charge. So out of 2 lone pair, one lone pair given, so one lone pair will be remaining, and there are 2 H, so 2 H I have put. Okay, this bond has been broken, so this bond will go here now. Okay, there is a CH2, and there will be formation of Hg, and there will be OAC. This bond has been broken because this CH has made a new bond with this H2O. Now again this hole is in one electrophile, right? Because it contains positive charge. Now oxygen is an electronegative element, and I told you that oxygen is an electronegative element, means on that element positive charge doesn't look good. It should have a minus charge or lone pair. So this positive charge should be removed. So how to be removed? This H should be removed. So to remove this H, who will help? This ACO minus will help. So what will happen? This ACO minus, that is this CH3 COO minus, that is ACO minus, will react with this H plus and will release this oxygen. So what it will form? It will form CH3 COOH, and it will form CH3 CHOH CH2 Hg OAC. Clear? This will be formed. Clear this part? So here we have used the HgOAC, we have used here water. So the first step is over. So here this is the oxymercuration we have done. Now the final step is deoxymercuration, means we have to remove this mercury. So who will help us? So our helping hand is sodium boron hydride. Who will help us? This sodium boron hydride is releasing H minus because it is in hydride. This H minus will attack on this CH2. So CH2 is making a new bond with this H minus, so he has to release the old bond. So old bond is released. So what do you get? So I will write down in the bottom, I will get here this. I will get here CH3, here CH, OH. This CH2 has gained what? H minus, it will form what? CH3. Okay, and this HgOAC will be removed. So here I get 2 degree alcohol. Here HgOAC. So you can write down here dash HgOAC will be removed here. Clear? This part is clear. Here HgOAC will be removed, and this H minus will react with this CH2 and forms what? CH2. So in this way we get 2 degree alcohol. Now see here. Now see here. See from here to here. See this and see this. You can see here in the final step the OH is attached to those carbon which contain less number of hydrogen. You can see here. In the final step, and compare the first step. In the first step this is the CH and this is the OH here. So from final step and first step we can compare that OH is attached to those carbon which contain less number of hydrogen. Means here automatically which rule has been followed? Markovnikov rule has been followed. That's why I have given you the key point that here Markovnikov rule is followed. You can see it clearly. So see here, this is the alkene double bond, here the carbon which contain less number of hydrogen. You see the final step. So in final step OH, that is minus, so OH minus is attaching where? To those carbon which contain less number of hydrogen. So here automatically Markovnikov rule is followed. Clear? That's why I am telling you that in OMDM here Markovnikov rule is followed. And here there is not a formation of carbocation. If there was a formation of carbocation, so this Hg would have not done the bond. Means here Hg has done bond automatically with this CH plus, means CH plus is not forming for the nanosecond, less than a nanosecond also. Means I mean to tell here there is not a formation of a carbocation, just only for a microseconds to do the reaction. Means here there is not a formation of carbocation. When there is not a formation of a carbocation, so rearrangement will not be possible. Rearrangement will not be possible. Clear this part? Clear? Okay. So in this way we have to, and see here this first step is a very slow step. Okay, this first step is a slow step, means it is a rate determining step. So you know that rate is directly proportional to nucleophilic addition, nucleophilicity, yes or no? Or rate is directly proportional to electron donating group also, electron donating group. Okay, so rate is directly proportional to electron donating group. More the electron donating group, more the rate. One more. Okay, so now we will do one reaction. One example it has been given that where the oxymercuration and deoxymercuration will be easily possible. So they have given one option A, that is Cl, CH2, CH double bond CH2, one B, CH3, CH double bond CH2, and one C, CH3O, CH2, CH double bond CH2. Yeah. So as we know that rate is directly proportional to nucleophilicity. See what will happen. See this is Cl, and this Cl is or you can add one more also. Rate is directly proportional to electron withdrawing group. Okay, so or let it be this only, nucleophilicity. See, this is a chlorine. Chlorine means what? Electron withdrawing group. So now here the electron will be withdrawn more and more. So this, when electron is withdrawing more and more, so this nucleophilicity will decrease. Double bond nucleophilicity will decrease. So here nucleophilicity will decrease, and this is oxygen, means this is an electron donating group. So electron donating group means it will electron donate, so your nucleophilicity will increase. Here nucleophilicity is decreasing to a very low value, and here nucleophilicity is increasing to a very high value. So nucleophilicity will increase, means rate is increased, means rate towards what? OMDM. So who will perform the easily OMDM? This C. So C will be more towards OMDM than A, yes or no? But B is in the center, so B greater than A. Because C is more and A is the least then the B also. So first will come C, then will come B, and then will come A. A is showing the least nucleophilicity over OMDM, because Cl, due to this Cl is an electron withdrawing group. So it will start to withdraw the group from it will start to withdraw the electron from this double bond. So here nucleophilicity will decrease. Nucleophilicity will decrease means rate will also decrease. Here oxygen is providing the electron, means he is donating the electron, means here nucleophilicity will increase. Nucleophilicity will increase, so rate of the reaction will also increase, means it can easily perform OMDM. So it cannot easily perform OMDM, it can highly easily perform OMDM, and this is in the center, because there is not a group, any group. So first, who is the heavily, or who can show easily, or who can perform easily nucleophilicity, or who can perform the OMDM easily? This C. So this C has a higher rate to perform OMDM due to this electron donating group. So this will show higher, then B, then A. So answer will be C greater than B greater than A. So in this way we have to do the reaction. Remember this, rate is directly proportional to nucleophilicity and rate is directly proportional to electron donating. See here electron donating, so rate will increase, so rate will increase. This is electron withdrawing, so rate will decrease as compared to this, and this is the center. So main who is showing the more nucleophilicity, who is showing the higher rate? This C. So C will come first, then B, then A. Clear this part? So in this way you understand the questions and you have to do the mechanism of OMDM. Thank you.